So it's
You actually have to come this way because you can't be seen.
It won't matter if this is out.
As we continue with the story of Esther and the story of Purim, a slightly fractured version, I'd like to invite up our narrator.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages. Welcome to the Kingdom of Persia. Have we got a story for you? We will make a big Megillah about it too. Before we begin our story, let me introduce our cast of characters, and believe me, are they ever characters?
King Ahasuerus.
I am King Ahasuerus.
Speak up.
I am the king of Persia, a land you now know as the countries of Iran and Iraq. Iran is right next to the country of I walked. My palace is located in the city of Shushan, where all the shoes look great. Actually, it is called Shushan.
Guys, you're gonna have to speak into the microphone. Like, eat the microphone.
I am Queen Vashti. Actually, I'm not in the story for very long because I don't like the way the king bosses me around. I don't get no respect around here.
I see you all. I am Haman. I am the Prime Minister of Persia. I am the bad guy in this story. And when you see me, you bow down to me. Don't call out to me, hey man.
I'm Mordecai. I'm the uncle of Esther who plays an important part in the story. I do not like Haman, and I will not bow down to him.
I am Esther. Mordecai is my uncle. I am your normal, everyday, beautiful woman who just happens to become queen. Otherwise, my life is boring. Ha ha.
Rabbi, we lost the picture.
What do you mean you lost the picture? Oh, you don't have any picture on there. But that's not exciting.
Picture.
Hold on, let's figure out why that is. Hold on, let me go back. Oh, that's not good. Oh, don't tell me I did that again. All right. Well, you have a partial picture, but not of this beam anymore. Oh well, we'll fix it later. I am the king's guard, and my first name is O. When the king wants me, he calls out my name, Oh, guard! And I do my best to protect the king. Narrator.
And now to our story. Remember, every time you hear the name Haman, you shake the noisemaker, but I think we all have that down. So when you see the signal, you must stop. One day the king became very unhappy with his wife, Queen Vashti, because she would not follow his orders. He became so unhappy that he fired her.
I have to read my name.
Speak into the mic, Lisa.
Now I lost my place. I'm having a big party for many important people in my kingdom. I want you to come and do your famous belly dance for my guests. Yes, Vashti, dear.
Your kingship. Sir, before I became queen, I had a wicked wiggle and could do a dynamite belly dance. But now that I am queen, it is not right for me to act that way. I'm sorry, but I must refuse.
Vashti, you are fired.
And so the king invited all of the beautiful young ladies of his kingdom to come to the city of Shushan, where he held a beauty contest. Young Esther was the most beautiful and was chosen to be his new queen. This is a pretty complicated story, so please listen carefully. To make matters a little less confusing, we're going to leave out a few things from today's version. First, Mordecai uncovering the plot to kill the king, Haman leading Mordecai around Shushan on the king's horse, and one night's worth of banquets. Let me tell you a little bit about Mordecai and Esther. Mordecai was a leader of the Jews in Shushan and a very respected man. After Esther's parents died, she lived with her uncle Mordecai. Now, Esther had a real Hebrew name. It was Hadassah. She wanted to be called ORT, but they didn't have a local chapter in Shushan. King Ahasuerus did not know that Esther was Jewish. Now we meet the bad guy in the story. His name is Haman. The king made him the prime minister of all Persia. Whenever he went, people would bow down to Haman because he was so important.
It's true. I like being a big shot. Being prime minister is good stuff. Everybody bows down to me and makes me feel very important. Oh, here is Mordecai. I know that he is well known among these parts.
Good day, Mr. Prime Minister. How are you doing today?
Sorry.
Now wait a minute.
Oh. Now wait a minute, Mordecai. You are supposed to bow down to me. Why do you not bow down before Haman, the one and only?
I'm sorry, sir. As a Jew, I can only bow down before God. I treat you with respect, but I will not bow down before you.
That man makes me very angry. He says he won't bow down to me because he is a Jew. Then I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill Mordecai and all the other Jews as well.
So Haman decided to kill Mordecai and all the Jews of Persia. He went to the king and tricked the king into going along with his evil plan. He was so angry at Mordecai that he was very willing to lie about the Jewish people in order to get even with Mordecai.
Good day, King. I come to you very upset about some of your subjects who live all over your kingdom. There is a people in your land whose laws and customs are different from everybody else. Not only are they different, but they do not follow your laws, O king. I think they should all be killed.
Their behavior does not please me one bit, Haman. Your suggestion to hang them on the gallows is a good idea. So shall it be. Your request is granted.
When Mordecai heard what had happened, he put on rags and sackcloth and covered his body with ashes. All over Persia, Jews heard that the wicked Haman wanted to kill them. They were very sad and very worried. But then Mordecai had an idea. He thought of a way that perhaps, just maybe, the Jews of Persia could be saved from Haman's wicked plan. He went to see his niece Esther and told her what she had to do. He knew that she had to be very brave in order to save her people.
You realize, Esther, that the king does not know that you are a Jew.
If he did, I do not think he would have agreed to Haman's terrible plan.
You're probably right, Esther. The king may have agreed to Haman's without understanding it or paying much attention to what he said. You must go before the king and ask him to spare you and your people.
But dear uncle, a person who comes before the king without an invitation can be put to death. If I do as you ask, I could be put to death.
I realize that, but you must take that chance. You are our only hope.
I will do as you ask. Pray for me, and in 3 days I will go to the king.
After 3 days, Esther put on a beautiful dress and went to see the king. She stood in the courtyard and waited for him to come see her.
Good morning, Queen Esther. Please come into my court and be with me. What brings you to my court this fine morning? Please tell me what you would like.
O king, I would like to invite you and Haman to come to a banquet this evening. I would be very honored if you would attend.
We would be delighted to be with you this evening.
And so that evening, the king and Haman came to Esther's wonderful banquet. It was a delicious meal with lots of fine wine. During the banquet, the king spoke to Esther.
Tell me, Esther, what can I give you? You may have even half of my kingdom.
I only ask that you, O king, and Haman return tomorrow night.
We would be delighted to return tomorrow evening, Queen Esther.
Well, Haman was very happy about being invited to not one, but 2 banquets given by the queen. He did not know that he was in for a big surprise.
Welcome, O king, to my quarters once again. I am so pleased that you and Haman would join me for this evening. Hope you enjoyed last night.
Queen Esther, it was wonderful. Tell me, my queen, what may I give you? I will give you even half of my kingdom.
O king, if I have found favor in your sight, please let my life be spared. Please let me and my people live.
I do not understand. I would never hurt you. Tell me how your life is in danger.
I am a Jew. On the 13th of Adar, all of my people are to be put to death because an evil man decided that I and my people are bad.
Oops. I think I'm in a heap of trouble. When I decided to get rid of Mordecai, I did not realize I would also have to kill the queen. I do not like this at all.
Oh, Esther, who would do such a terrible thing to you?
It is that man, the Prime Minister, Haman.
Oh, King, I just learned that Haman built gallows to hang Mordecai and all the Jews.
God, take away Haman and hang him on the gallows he built for Mordecai and all the other Jews.
And so Esther, Mordecai, and all the Jews of Persia were saved by Esther's bravery. Wicked Haman was hanged, and Mordecai became the new prime minister of Persia, and the Jews of Persia lived again in peace.
Vayasem hamelech Ahashverosh mos al haaretz vayehai hayam v'chol ma'aseh takapo ugvuroto ufarasat gedulat Mordecai asher gedol hamelech Haloham ktuvim al safar al sefer dvarim hayamim lamalkehem madeh haparas ki Mordecai hayehudi hashaneh lemelech Hashverosh v'gadol leyudim v'ratuhu L'rov acharav dorosh tov la'amo v'divrei shalom l'chol zaro. King Ahasuerus imposed tributes on the mainland and the islands. All his mighty and powerful acts and a full account of the greatness to which the king advanced Mordecai are recorded in the annals of the king of Media and Persia. For Mordecai the Jew ranked next to King Ahasuerus and was highly regarded by the Jews and popular with the multitude of his brethren. He sought the good of his people and interceded for the welfare of his kindred. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam harav et riveinu vehudan et didenu haknukim et nakimotenu v'hanif ara lanu Mitzreinu v'ha'am shalem g'mlu l'chol oivei nafshu. Baruch atah Adonai ha'nafra l'amo Yisrael mikol tzaraehem ha'el ha'mashiach. Amen.